After serving with the British Army during the Second Boer War, Irish-born James Crichton immigrated to New Zealand and settled in Auckland, where he took up work as a cable splicer with the New Zealand Post and Telegraph Department. When the Great War broke out, he volunteered for the New Zealand military forces and was sent to the Middle East and Gallipoli before finding himself on the Western Front. For 3 years, he was part of a 92-man group that was the first field bakery, which supplied bread rations for the troops. In May 1918, wanting to experience frontline action, he transferred to an infantry unit which was subsequently involved in the 100 Days Offensive. On the 30th of September, Crichton's platoon was trying to force a crossing of the Schelde River when it came under machine gun fire. With several men killed, including the platoon commander and senior NCO, Crichton and the remnants of the platoon were trapped on an island in the middle of the river. Wounded in the foot, surrounded by water, and with a nearby bridge wired to explode by the Germans, Crichton took action. Action that would lead to him being awarded the Victoria Cross. Here's how it was described by the London Gazette on the 15th of November 1918. For most conspicuous bravery and devotion to duty when, although wounded in the foot, he continued with the advancing troops, despite difficult canal and river obstacles. When his platoon was subsequently forced back by a counterattack, he succeeded in carrying a message which involved swimming a river and crossing an area swept by machine gun fire, subsequently rejoining his platoon. Later, he undertook on his own initiative to save a bridge which had been mined, and though under close fire of machine guns and snipers, he succeeded in removing the charges, returning with the fuses and detonators. Though suffering from a painful wound, he displayed the highest degree of valour and devotion to duty. After reporting to his company commander that the charges on the bridge had been defused, he was ordered to remain behind at company headquarters. Not one to sit still though, he assisted stretcher bearers transporting wounded soldiers before the gravity of his own wounds became apparent, and he was taken, despite his protests, to a field hospital. He was later evacuated to England for further treatment and was still recovering from his wounds when the war ended. Apart from this incredible bravery, this Victoria Cross is notable for being the last action for which one was awarded to a New Zealander during the Great War. There were others awarded after this, but those were for events that took place before Crichton's episode in the Schelde. Post-war, Crichton returned to his job as a cable splicer and remained in this work until he retired in 1939. He served on merchant ships with the Home Guard during the Second World War. Crichton passed away in Auckland Hospital on the 22nd of September 1961 and is buried in the Waikumete Cemetery in Auckland. Crichton's family donated his Victoria Cross along with his service medals from the Boer War and the First and Second World Wars to the Auckland War Memorial Museum, where they remain to this day.